Went into closed session at 10:19. And we went into closed session under the general provisions of Article subsection 3-305 to discuss number 1, which was the appointment, employment, assignment, promotion, discipline, demotion, compensation, removal, resignation, or performance evaluation of appointees, employees, or officials over whom this public body has jurisdiction. Any other personnel matter that affects one or more specific individuals. And the reason for the closed session topic of discussion was to discuss personnel matters involving a senior appointed official. Members that voted to go into closed session were Council President McDonald, Councilmember Little, Councilmember Brownson, Councilmember Kennedy, Councilmember Hines, Councilmember Noble, and Mayor Lilly. Persons attending the closed session were Council President McDonald, Councilmember Little, Councilmember Brownson, Councilmember Kennedy, Councilmember Hines, Councilmember Noble, Mr. Lita Hawkins, Town Clerk, Mr. Best, Town Attorney, and Chief Reese, Chief of Police. The topics discussed were personnel matters relating to a senior appointed official. Actions taken were none. There was no recorded vote. All right. At this time, we are going to move and consider resolution 77-23. All right, resolution 77-23 is a resolution of the mayor and council of the town of Forest Heights, Maryland, accepting the resignation of Mr. Marcus Jones from the office of town administrator, introduced by Mayor Lilly, myself. I move that we adopt resolution 77-23.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded that we adopt resolution 77-23. Is there any discussion? Okay. Oh, Councilmember Kennedy.
This is directed to Mr. Jones. You have basically submitted a resignation letter, but you also would like to work part-time too, I guess. Okay, well, I just word it this way. If you tendered your resignation, why do you want to work part-time here?
I believe that it will benefit the town. I have grown a love for this town over my last 2.5 years. And if I walk out the door on 5 p.m. Friday, in all honesty, you guys are going to fail for a couple weeks. There is going to be a lag, no matter who you bring in. They could be a 30-year seasoned municipal veteran. They don't know how Forest Heights operates. They don't know Forest Heights codes. They don't know Forest Heights charter. They don't know our employees, and they don't know our processes. So though I am taking another full-time job somewhere that affords me the opportunity to be able to still assist you, and the employer in that position encouraged me to seek part-time employment here, because Forest Heights is an investment for their organization. And no one wants to see it fail. I personally don't want to see it fail. I don't want for you all on Monday morning, when there's nobody here to deal with HR issues or payroll problems or something's wrong in administration. I'm just trying to mitigate that for you as much as possible. So that is why I submitted that opportunity. The email that I submitted today affords me the opportunity to go back to doing after that transition period and this new person is acclimated to doing what I first came here and loved to do. And that was changing this department and changing the community's perception of law enforcement here. And I think we've done a heck of a job in the last 3 years of that. And I personally don't see a reason why I would not be able to continue doing that. Of course, it's up to the mayor and this body, but that is my only respectful request.
Councilmember Hines.
Can I just ask you a question? If saying yes to your resignation, wouldn't that, when does the rest of it come into play? Because if everyone says yes on the council to accept your resignation, that's going to leave a void. When are you going to negotiate? So why would I say yes when I don't want to see you leave? So why would I say yes?
It's more of a legality, I guess. This is probably better for the attorney to opine on that. In any of these public official positions, the council has to accept a resignation from the employee. They don't have to. Employees likely going to leave irregardless, right? But per our charter and bylaws and constitution and everything else we have to follow, that's what it says has to happen. Mine may need to be reworded to say that if the council or the mayor chooses to do part-time, to add that language in there with the dates. I thought those were adequate dates today that I put in my email to everyone. But I would have to defer to the attorney how that necessarily should be worded. If it is a problem or it's not a problem, but technically the body has to accept the resignation, whether it's the resignation from full-time employment to part-time employment, reserve employment, whatever that may be. The rules are kind of the rules, so.
Mr. Best, you have anything to add?
The rule that a public body has the discretion to accept a resignation from public service is a matter of the common law of Maryland, unless it's abrogated by the statutory law or the charter, and that's not the case. Your charter and code is silent on accepting resignations. You do have, particularly if there's some urgency or public safety need, you do have the authority to put conditions on accepting the resignation. For example, if a town administrator asked to be resigned as of November 1st, and the council feels that there's some pressing matters or emergency, it can modify that and say, well, no, we'll accept your resignation, but it won't be effective until, say, November 15th or November 30th because of some pressing public safety need. If for the health, safety, and welfare and good government of the town, accepting the resignation on the date the public official, appointed official, tenders his resignation and expects an effective date, doesn't comport with the health, safety, and welfare of the town, and in the judgment of the council, you can change that. You can modify that. But if Mr. Jones does transition to another position, such as a police officer or part-time position, and you expect to compensate him differently, you're going to have to terminate his current position as town administrator. And because of the way this deviates from your employment handbook, I would recommend that you enter into a contract if you're going to keep Mr. Jones on for a period of time hereafter that's part-time as town administrator. So does that answer your questions?
Answers mine. Anyone else have additional questions? Councilmember Hines, Kennedy, Noble, Council President McDonald, Councilmember Bronson.
So am I hearing correctly that if there were a part-time position and whoever needs to get acclimated you would still be willing to assist them however needed?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. If there's no further discussion, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Yes, sir. Councilmember Noble,
Yes.
Councilmember Hines,
Yes.
Councilman Kennedy. Councilmember Kennedy,
Abstain.
Councilmember Browson,
Yes.
Councilmember Little,
Yes.
Council President McDonald,
Yes.
Mayor Lily.
Yes.
Motion passed, 6 yes and 1 sustain.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the meeting for September 20th, 2023. The time is now 11:20 and this meeting is adjourned.